Le Dynamite. It's your boy Clay Edwards. We're live here, 5:15, Tuesday afternoon. I see a little dog. I'm about to go snatch up if she barks again. Hey, man, there's a lot going on out there, and I would rather do one long live video than I would 50 short ones or 50 Facebook posts. I have dug into the TikTok story. We got some to talk about there. It feels like I've been right about this, and I stand against banning TikTok. There's more to the story. I don't have a problem making China sell it, but always follow what used to be the money. Now you have to follow the threat to democracy. And I reached out to my state rep, Michael Guest, in a text message. Told him I was extremely unhappy with this and explained why and how it would affect an entire economy, not just creators like me. It would affect entire businesses, and forcing TikTok to shut down would also completely shut down an entire economy inside America. So he decided to forward me over what they know about the bill. I've got that email here. We're going to go to it now. And we got a lot we're going to talk about. And Tucker Carlson has uncovered a secret meeting with AOC, a secret committee meeting that shows there's a little more to this story. There's more in this bill than just about TikTok. Give everybody just a second to get in here. I see things are starting to light up. I see we're starting to get some people in here. We're on Rumble. We are streaming live on Rumble. I am trying to build my Rumble account up. I've spent too much time in YouTube jail. We're there until we're not. But we're not going to stop streaming live. The big Facebook, and this is my point to why I support TikTok. This is my point. And it's not necessarily because I support TikTok. I don't support giving Meta and Google any additional power. If you eliminate TikTok, unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of those people aren't running over to X. They're going to run back to Instagram and Facebook. If you haven't seen a live from me lately, it's because YouTube went back a year and a half to find something that you're apparently not allowed to talk about now that you were then. When you do 2 hours of live radio a day and you put your content on YouTube for a podcast, and they can go back and retro ban you for the rules that have changed. All we talked about was just conspiracy theories. I made it clear they were conspiracy theories, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter what it was about. Got a retro 2-week ban on YouTube. We're back. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Hit like, hit share, and go search Clay Edwards Show on Rumble and follow me there and download the Rumble app. It's a free speech version of YouTube, so to say. Facebook, we're on my personal page now. My big page is still in Facebook jail till after the 23rd over a copyright strike for some nonsense. Point being, we don't need to put our free speech in big tech, American big tech left-wing hands. YouTube, Google, same thing. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever else Meta owns. We do not want them being the decider of what we're allowed to talk about in the town square. Period. Hello, Jonathan. Thank you for chiming in. You are the first. It's 5 o'clock. I don't know how many people are driving down the road watching a video, but hey, if you are, keep your eye on the road. We appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching later, thank you too. Let's go to this here. This is an email I got back from Michael Guest, my congressman out here in Brandon, Mississippi. Hey, look, I do appreciate Michael taking the time to send me this. Yeah, reach back out, ask me for my email address, and I happen to know Michael's personal cell phone number because I've interviewed him on my show before. So I know I didn't get an assistant or anybody like that. I got Michael Guest. So I do appreciate that, even though me and him are not on the same side as this, which seems to be more times lately here than not, but neither here nor there. Says, so this is what they know about TikTok, about the bill they're trying to pass to ban TikTok or force the sale. Says, good afternoon. Tomorrow, the House will consider H.R. 7521, Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Basically, TikTok. Protecting Americans against foreign adversary controlled app. Foreign adversaries are using online applications like TikTok to target, surveil, and manipulate Americans while collecting vast troves of data on users, including millions of children in the United States. This presents a clear national security threat when these applications are owned and operated by entities that are controlled by foreign adversaries such as China. The bill prohibits marketplaces from hosting applications. What they're talking about is your app store on Google and Apple. Your app stores are prohibited from hosting applications controlled by foreign adversaries of the United States, including PRC, the Russian Federation, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. I guess you could say the Democrat Republic of America, what they mean to say. Anyway, this includes applications like TikTok, which is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. That's the CCP. Also by ByteDance. Anyway, says if a company divests within 180 days of enactment, it may continue to operate in the U.S. Also, it allows the president, after notice to the public and to Congress, to require divestment of an application's foreign adversary-controlled company ownership or otherwise face prohibition on app stores and access to web hosting services in the United States. The president may exercise this authority only if an application presents a national security threat, has over 1 million monthly active users, and is under the control of a foreign adversary entity. If an application controlled by a foreign adversary company does not divest, it must provide users with a copy of their data. All users will be able to download their data and content. No enforcement action can be taken against an individual users of a banned application. Groups supporting this, make sure y'all are taking notes here. Advancing American Freedom, American Action Forum, American Free Enterprise Chamber of Commerce, Americans for Prosperity, disappointed in them, Digital First Project, Digital Progress, Foundation for American Innovation, Heritage Action, Independent Women's Voice. Here's my problem with this. Again, if you're just tuning in, it is that if we ban TikTok, we give all the control of social media back to Meta and Google. What the government's really trying to say here, and I'll forward anybody this email that wants it. If y'all want this email, let me know. Shoot me your email address and I will forward this to you. What they're really trying to say is they don't like that TikTok hasn't given them a back door to spy on us. Like Meta, like the old Twitter app before Elon bought it, and like Google has. TikTok ain't playing their game. They can't have China knowing what we're doing and them not know what we're doing. Y'all may disagree with me, and that's fine. And I'm just going to be fully transparent. Overwhelming majority of my bills I pay via the money I make on TikTok. So yeah, I am absolutely biased, but find it funny. After I came out on this the other day on my radio show, I think it was Friday, a day or so later that day, Donald Trump came out with the same exact sentiment as me. I'm not patting myself on the back like, hey, look at me, I beat Donald Trump to something. The point is, very powerful people see the same thing I do. Donald Trump was banned by Meta after January 6th. I was banned by Meta on January 6th. Got back on. Same with Twitter. Anyway, Twitter's a good space for us. Unfortunately, if you're a content creator and you like making money, the only one of these apps that truly give your average content creator like myself an opportunity to make a living based on the amount of views you get is TikTok. Period. End of discussion. And take the content creator side out of it. You've got so many companies that advertise exclusively. They're built on advertising on TikTok because that's where 170 million Americans are. I mean, I resisted going to TikTok. I was one of these brainwashed people. Trump said, we don't need to allow TikTok after the TikTok teens sabotaged his rally in Oklahoma, the first one back after COVID. Remember all that? AOC rallied the TikTok teens. And us Trump supporters didn't like that. But hey, that's life in the big city. If they can use TikTok to rally the teens, so can we. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to take my message to where the younger audience was. I ain't trying to force them to come to where I'm at. I took my message to them and became very successful doing it. You know, it's one of the greatest highlights of my career or my current life, however you want to word this, is when parents and younger children walk up to me in public and thank me for the message that we put out there. You don't have to agree with me. You can hate me. But hey, there's a creator that you like that's going to go away too. Just remember that. Yes, I may go away on that app. You may never see me again if TikTok is the place you see me. And you may sleep better at night knowing that. But that guy, that girl, that shim that you like, they are also going to go away on there. It's going to affect them probably worse than me. I've got a radio show, a podcast, a clothing brand. I'm doing all I can to take advantage of every opportunity I'm currently have found myself in. Hey, look, none of this stuff exists without the social media to market it on. Hey, by the way, if you're going to the St. Patty's Day Parade in Jackson, Mississippi, or anywhere else for that matter, you're going to a party, a St. Patty's Day party, you want the green fuck around and find out shirt that we've made quasi-famous around here, go to buyfafo.com. Buy, BUYFAFO.com. We got them right here, as a matter of fact. Show them to you. I'm proud of what we've done. I'm proud of the opportunities you guys have helped create for me. I truly am. I've been blessed. Here's the gray shirt right here, my ugly mug. Here's the green shirt that I'm currently wearing. We made flags. And of course, we got hats. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. How about that? That's a fine hat. It fits good too. If you got a big head, it fits good. We have large and regular size. So just in case, I'm not going to put it on because I got headphones on, but you get the point. All right. So that's the website there, buyfafo.com. Give me shirts are in stock. A couple hats are left in stock. Flags will be here in about 14 days. Bear with me on hats. Hey, if you're watching this right now, wherever you're watching it at, please hit the share button. Please hit the like button. Really want to grow this video audience. I want to do more of this stuff. I love doing this, but I need an audience to do it too. All right, so let's move along here. I want to show y'all what Tucker Carlson uncovered today. And I'm going to show you everything I read you because I want you to be able to see it. I don't want you to think I'm just winging it. I'm not editing anything. This is today. Tucker Carlson, just 3 hours ago, in a classified briefing this afternoon, attended by officials. I'm actually going to expand this a little bit. All right, here we go. In a classified briefing this afternoon, attended by officials from the Biden Justice Department, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claimed that Elon Musk committed election interference in 2022 by changing the algorithm on X to alter the results of the midterms that year. Now, don't forget, her and Elon were beefing, and she thought he had a crush on her or something or another. Anyway, continuing on, Tucker says, not coincidentally, the anti-TikTok legislation now being debated on the Hill would allow the federal government to force the sale of any social media platform that interferes in elections. Just so you know what's coming in 2025. So what they're going to try to do is force Elon, if he don't play along with the true threat to democracy, This is probably going to get me kicked off Facebook and YouTube for the last time, by the way. You're not allowed to have this conversation on those platforms. You're not allowed to. But we're going to do it anyway. If you watch my radio show or listen to my radio show, you know I got a slogan: breaking rules when necessary. The next year of our lives, the next 10 months of our lives, 9 months, whatever it is, to November 5th, the election, there's going to be a lot of breaking rules when necessary. We're going to do lots of breaking rules. Getting some text here, just making sure nothing important. I apologize. So they're going to try to steal X from Elon, just like they're trying to do TikTok from China. Look, I'm not a China shield. I'm not. But there's no way you're going to sit here and tell me. This is what I told Michael Guest when I text him. Y'all have allowed Facebook, Instagram, Meta, and Google full reign, formerly Twitter, before Elon bought it. Full reign to invade our privacy, to eliminate our free speech, to censor Americans for simply being conservative, not Democrat. Until y'all decide to put them in check, how about we hold off on TikTok? Till y'all decide to close our border, how about we hold off on TikTok? Well, I can go on and on and on. I've been fired up about this for a minute now. Got me really, really pissed off. Let me check something here. We got some more stories we're going to hit today. Trying to make sure that we are streaming on all the platforms that I need to. All right, we are on Facebook. I wish it would let me share. Yeah, I'm streaming on my personal page on Facebook. It's weird. Doesn't show nobody watching. I have a hard time believing with my engagement that nobody is watching on Facebook. Odd. We got more people watching on Rumble than anywhere. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let's see here. All right. But that's my thoughts on the TikTok and the banning TikTok. We do not need to be banning TikTok. Are we streaming on X as well? Again, there's no point in doing this if we're not streaming everywhere. We are on X as well. Good deal. I want to make sure that we're on X and Rumble. It would suit me just fine if those were the only two platforms I ever streamed on, as far as these live streams, long form conversations go. I don't mind catering my content to work on Instagram and TikTok and avoiding certain things for those short form conversations to get the point across. These long form ones, we need uncensored free speech outlets. Cindy says they're probably driving home from work. It's 5:34. Yeah, Cindy, I mean, that's a great point. But when you got I think it's 8,000 followers, I find it a little odd not a single person is showing watching. Not to pat myself on the back and think that I've just got some massive following, but I do enough of these to know that something ain't quite right there. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I don't think it's a shadow ban. I think we're using Rumble's streaming software instead of Restreams. That may not mean nothing to you. I'm going to guess that Meta doesn't play well with Rumble, but I'm trying my best to support Rumble. Mandy Hamill, how you doing? Yes, we do love Rumble for sure. Let's see here. Oh yeah, unless you do all kind of stuff. All right, no. You're gonna let me put a little text on here, but I'll play with all that later. Let's hit some local stories, shall we? How about Jackson crime? That's always a hot ticket on my social media. 23 homicides in 2024 in Jacktown. 23. How about that? What was it last year this time of year? Let's see. Uh Last year we were at 25, pretty much on the same date. So we're on last year's pace, and we had 118 homicides last year. You know, anytime in Jackson, you could boom, man, you could blink and have 3 or 4 or 5 in a day. 3, 4, 5 in a day. Notice my friends are calling me. They should be watching this right now, not calling me. Um, Look, I don't. It's election day in Mississippi, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. I did see. Uh, I have to acknowledge certain things happen. We're not going to skip over stuff just because. I did see where Speaker of the House, Jason White's son, he's also the quarterback down at Southern Miss, or he's a freshman on the quarterback on the football team, got arrested for underage drinking or underage possession while on spring break down in Fort Walton Beach. I think that's Okaloosa Island where he was at. Hey, look, man, that happens. You know, we're gonna acknowledge it. We ain't gonna talk crap. I got kids. I've been arrested for that. My daughter has gotten in trouble for being caught with underage alcohol. Michael Guest's son got in trouble up in Nashville last week. It happens. It happens. But you know, it's a news story. So we're gonna mention it, but I ain't gonna sit here and hold some kid to a standard that I haven't been able to hold my own or myself to. That's not a political issue to me. To it is a political issue to me. Are these bastards that do this right here? This is at the movie theater in Pearl. Here's a handicap van right here. There's the ramp. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that van was in there watching a movie. They come out and trash bag human here in the Dodge Challenger. They took a break from their busy schedule of drag racing up and down I-55, robbing stores, drive-by shootings, running over pedestrians, texting and driving, and just overall terrible behavior. They took time away from that to actually park their car right on top of the handicap stripes in the van loading zone there in Pearl. Now, I don't know for sure if this happened today or if this happened yesterday, but I hope the car got towed away, and I hope they had to pay whatever the maximum fine is for parking in a handicap. It's absolutely disgusting that people can't act remotely right and not park in handicaps in Mississippi. It's like, tell me you're trash without telling me you're trash and parking a damn handicap. It's disgusting, and it's just the worst of the worst. And I'm going to tell you what, even if they're also handicapped, they should know better than to park on top of the blue stripes. It's just, we keep creating special rules for stupid people and just say, oh, well, Clay, I mean, you know, they're whatever. Why are you being mean? You know, why are you being mean, Clay? That's interesting. So it is not showing up my live stream is not showing up on Facebook. So that is good to know. Rumble, we got problems. Anyway, so I wanted to put them on blast. Anybody knows the driver of this car? You probably don't. Unfortunately, they did not get the tag on there. They should have. And they should be mailed a ticket. This is in Pearl. Pearl can mail you a ticket if you ain't got no insurance. They should absolutely be able to mail you one if you don't have a tag. I'm sorry, if you park in a handicap. I'm multitasking here. I'm multitasking. Shifting gears. I just saw one of the craziest names I've ever seen. This lady got arrested here. Her name. Nothing wrong with her last name. I mean, nothing wrong with her first name. But that is a hell of a name right there. Cylindral. Goodness. You got to be making shit up. Just making it up as you go. And here's the last story I want to hit. I just did a video about this on my TikTok. Aaron Rodgers and Jesse Ventura are RFK Jr.'s top potential running mates to be his vice president on his independent ticket this campaign, for the 2024 run. Jesse Ventura is a joke, and the fact his name is even being uttered devalues this campaign. I will never forget what Jesse Ventura did to Chris Kyle, the American Sniper. I also know that Jesse Ventura has Trump derangement syndrome, and he's just basically a trash bag human, in my opinion. Aaron Rodgers, however, I've thoroughly enjoyed the awakening of Aaron Rodgers since 2020. I didn't think I liked Aaron. I thought Aaron was my assumption was, since he went to Cal, that he was just a very snooty white liberal. And I have to say I was wrong. Or maybe he was like that and he changed, but his appearances on Joe Rogan, Pat McAfee, his stance on the vaccine, and everything else, I have got to say, I am rooting for Aaron Rodgers. I hated to see him get hurt this year. And disgusting to see the liberal sports media suggest he got hurt because he wasn't vaccinated. Evil people. Evil. They're so mad that we didn't all fall for the trap like they did. But look, I'm going to tell you, I think an RFK Aaron Rodgers ticket, you go from this potentially hurting Joe Biden more to this ticket hurting Donald Trump more, especially with people in the middle. Look, man, I'm telling you, I think you got a chance to not going to win the election. I want to make sure I'm clear here. RFK and Aaron Rodgers ain't winning anything. But they got a chance to be a legit wrecking ball like Ross Perot was. Will they? Who will it hurt the most? Trump or Biden? That's the question. It's going to hurt somebody. I don't know. It may be equal and be irrelevant, but it's going to be interesting if nothing else. I like it. I mean, I think Aaron, he makes too much money. He's got a huge guaranteed contract coming up this year for the Jets. Makes $25, $30 million a year or something. I know he's been making that for a while, but these NFL guys, once they get through making that money, they're through making that money. So you got to make it all while you can. I love that he's dabbling around with this. I love he's a celebrity that's politically active and putting his money where his mouth is, so to say, and considering running for president. That's what Donald Trump did. I know we look at Donald Trump differently. We look at Donald Trump and say he's a businessman, and I'm a huge Trump supporter. Just voted for him today in the Mississippi primaries. But I got to say, I'm very impressed with the fact that Aaron Rodgers is willing to risk it all. Because, once you throw your name in the hat politically, you're not going to be allowed to come back and do sports commentary or none of that stuff. I mean, so your future potential income streams come to a screeching halt once you decide to throw your name into the politics ring. Now, he can build a brand and be his own thing, but man, endorsements and television contracts and all that, maybe with it being an independent ticket with RFK Jr., it'll be looked at differently. But I think after the Jimmy Kimmel accusations and all that beef he had and the stuff on the Joe Rogan show and his takes on vax, I think it's all done anyway. I'm very impressed with with Aaron Rodgers considering running for vice president on this ticket. I think it's a great move for him. And I think he's got a bright future as a hyper intelligent guy. And we'll see where that lands him. Let's see what his contract is real quick. I am very interested. I'm telling you what, my phone, I hope everybody's all right. My phone has rang 20 times since I've been on the air here. That's how I know we're not on Facebook, because that's where the normies are at. Let's see here. How much money does Aaron Rodgers make? Rodgers has racked up $306.6 million in career earnings. He agreed to a 3-year, $150 million deal with the Green Bay Packers in 2022. He was previously the NFL's fourth highest paid quarterback or highest paid player with an average annual salary of around $50 million a year. So that is interesting. Let's see here. Yahoo says Aaron Rodgers' net worth and salary took a major hit after signing with Jets. So he was making $50 million a year. Let's see. He was the first player to reach an annual salary of $50 million with Green Bay, but after being traded to the Jets in 23, Aaron Rodgers' net worth, most significantly his salary, took a bit of a hit. Rodgers was drafted in 2005 by the Green Bay Packers. I don't care about any of that. After the Packers suffered through 2022, the 4-time MVP said in a regular appearance on Pat McAfee that the Packers would like to move on. That's just, how much is it? Aaron Rodgers' net worth has been estimated at $200 million per celebrity net worth, which makes him one of the highest paid athletes in the world. Rodgers began his football career. What is the Jets' salary? Gosh dang. That's so difficult. In agreeing to the trade, the Jets acquired Rodgers' contract from Green Bay, which includes his nearly $60 million in annual salary and bonuses this season. However, that can be spread across the next 2 seasons, meaning it will count. So he's making somewhere between 40 and 60 million a year. Not to get bogged down in the salary cap weeds here of this story. 40 to 60 million a year. Man. So I think it's unlikely. Moral to the story, I think it's unlikely Aaron Rodgers walks away from $40 to $60 million to run on an independent ticket as the VP. But I love the energy. I love that he's considering that. I really do. I think it says a whole lot about his character, and I'm very impressed with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not an anti-RFK guy. I've told you, I've said this multiple times on my radio show. If somehow or another they had enough fuckery that Nikki Haley became the Republican nominee, if the Supreme Court hadn't stepped up like they were supposed to, and they did what they did, they were that 9-0 decision on the Colorado ballot issue, and somehow or another Nikki Haley backed in to being the nominee, Clay Edwards was voting for RFK Jr. Now, if Jesse Ventura was the VP, I don't know. Probably not. I'd have probably said it out. Now, I had a guest on my show today who said he wasn't voting. I disagree with that, but I may have had to been sitting there right there with him. Like, I don't know. If I don't like either person, I'm not doing the pick your poison thing. A lot of people said that you got to pick your poison between Trump and Clinton. I didn't think I was picking my poison. I thought Trump was the best option ever. And I still think that. I took such pleasure in voting for Trump today in the 3rd primary season. For the 5th time I've got to vote for him. 2 primaries, 2 presidential elections, and now a 3rd primary. 3 primaries, 2 presidential elections. So I have got to go in there. I like to say pull the lever, but, we don't pull levers anymore. It's like going to the casino. The lever don't work no more. Got to fill in the little dot. 5 times for Donald J. Trump. I don't know this to be fact, but I'm guessing that's the most times anybody's been has ran. I mean, I guess other people have ran. Joe Biden ran, but I don't know if he ever made it to the primaries, before he lost. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying maybe it's the most time anybody's ever been on a ticket. So I think definitely be the most time anybody's been on the Republican ticket, I would think, at least in the modern era. Anyway, neither here nor there. All right, guys, today was Election Day in Mississippi. As I previously mentioned, Roger Wicker is on the ballot. Michael Guest was running unabated. You had 3 people on the ballot with Roger Wicker. Well, you had Wicker plus 2. I'm gonna go on record. I voted for. Sorry, my phone's going nuts. Hope everybody's all right. The Top Gun pilot, the former military guy. Complete brain fart here. I voted for the guy. Y'all are in the comments there. What's the guy from North Mississippi? Let me look on my X channel here. And I will tell you. Somebody was telling me I needed to vote for him earlier, and I do apologize. You get a little brain damage doing this sometimes, and things slip your mind. Gannon Burton, Gannon the Cannon. I voted for Gannon Burton. I knew it would hit me. Finally hit me without even having to see it. See, I think this kind of stuff, just kind of strolling through my Twitter there. I don't have it pulled up on the main screen. Anyway, I voted for Gannon. I thought he was the best man for the job. I've actually met Roger Wicker before. He was polite to me personally. He actually seeked me out of the crowd and said he heard he needed to meet me. And I mean, look, I don't care who you are. It's always a little stroke to the ego when a multi-term state national senator walks up and introduces himself and already knows your name. But you're not going to impress me like that and me go along with some of your shenanigans. And I'm anti-war, and I'm anti-sending any money to the Ukraine. And I will not vote for anybody that sends money, that votes to send money to Ukraine, amongst other things. Wicker did do something recently I did like, but I just think, you've been up there too long, dog. Term limits. All right, look, I'm going to let y'all go. It's 6:00. We got a little run in here. We're testing out the equipment. The ban on YouTube and Facebook appears to be over. We appear to be live. Yep, we are live. I see it on YouTube as well. Facebook, it shows me, but I don't know if anybody else sees it. And we'll be back to do it again. Y'all be sure to check out my radio show. Just just tune in to 103.9 FM WYAB every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I have my co-host with me tomorrow, Sean Yurtkaran. He's my in-house liberal. But here lately, he's been taking the conservative side on arguments more so than the liberal. So I do like keeping him around. I think it gives him a lot of integrity when he's willing to call his side out. I'm willing to call mine out. I've been doing it a lot here lately. Not making any new friends down at the Capitol with some of the stories we've been discussing. Well, look, y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. Get out, vote. And I see what the problem is. I'm on the wrong YouTube channel. That's the problem. Anyway, neither here nor there. You guys stay blessed. Peace out.